Hello and welcome to the Rainbow Aura Angel. Today I will be channeling for the collective some advice, some inspiration that is needed for you at this time. With these channeled messages, please use your own discernment. Just because this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, but most will. For those of you that do resonate with certain things, I would love to hear in the comments how they connect with you, and I would greatly appreciate some insight. And let's get right into the reading and the channeled messages. Knock 3 times. Spirit, what messages do we have for the collective? What do they need to hear at this time? What advice do we need to give them, Spirit? All right, collective, the first card we have is Morning Glory, Affection and Determination. The morning glory which blooms for a day differs not at heart, but from giant pine that lives for 1,000 years. All right, so with this card of Morning Glory Collective, I am hearing that there is some sort of battle that is happening internally. And I really want you to take a moment for yourself here to really reflect on how you've been treating yourself. How have you been speaking to yourself? How have you been treating your body? How have you been treating your mind, especially? Just with thoughts, and this could be a lot of anger that's been coming up for you. And it's in a way where it's like you're so determined and you want to get everything done perfectly and aligned. You want to be perfect. But I just want you to remember, collective, it's about the journey. It's about the process. And it's kind of a never-ending journey. Like, yes, you will get different manifestations on the way on your journey. But also think about the fact that not every day needs to be perfect. I'm feeling for some of you, you could be working very hard and want to have this pine tree energy of just 1,000 needles and hundreds of thousands of needles. But in reality, it's you could actually just be this tiny little morning glory that blooms for a day. And you're so much more beautiful in the eyes of someone else. And I'm hearing for some of you, you're trying to be the most for everyone, but what are you trying to be for yourself? You need to be there for yourself first, and you need to not focus on others. You need to not focus on what others think of you. The way you're moving is with determination, and you have a passion, and I see that, and Spirit sees that. But there's something here with you have to bloom in your own way. You can't force yourself to be a pine tree if you're a morning glory. You're going to bloom in a different way. And overexerting yourself isn't going to help you bloom. You have to do it on your own pace and not try to do things on everyone else's terms and in everyone else's way. You got to do things on your own terms and your own way. And you got to figure it out for yourself, And stop putting so much pressure on yourself to be perfect. And please, 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 collective, if there is someone in your life that compares you to others, or even if that's your, subconscious, you're comparing yourself to others and their life, I really want you to not focus on that, because the more you focus your thoughts on comparison and doing things in a way where other people are doing it, the less authentic it becomes. And when you're not living in authenticity, it's hard to align to the correct things in your life. Things can go wrong or things can go bad. And, I don't want to scare you or make you feel like bad things are going to happen, but I just want you guys to really, really align yourself with what makes you happy, not with what others do to make them happy. I want you to be your own person. You don't need to compare yourself anymore. You need to align to yourself. And whether that's someone a little bit strange, like that's okay if you're a little bit strange. Strange people are fun. But you don't have to define yourself, but I really want you to take a moment and ask yourself, who am I? Who do I want to be? And let's see if Spirit has any other advice here for collective. What do we have, Spirit? What advice do we have? Oh, okay. All right. We have Gladiola, strength of character and moral integrity. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experiences of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, vision cleared, ambition inspired, and success achieved. Interesting. All right, so I'm feeling like all right, collective. So I'm feeling like with this card, it's just another confirmation. There is something with your character and your moral integrity that you do have a little bit of a control over. So what I'm hearing, collective, right now, it's like you want to be seen a certain type of way. And a lot of people do see you that way. And, it makes you happy. And you're like, oh my gosh, like people see me this way. And like they see me as this person who does good and inspires others. But the thing is with this, it's just, collective, I'm just going to keep it 100% with you guys. But with this energy, it's just feeling like you have been trying to achieve something. And, you're showing this character out in the world. And, you feel good when you're portraying this character and you're feeling good of who you are. But there's some sort of type of denial with oneself, okay? And I don't want to offend you guys. I just want to keep it 100% here, but there could be something with your sacral chakra where it is a little bit imbalanced right now. I feel like you're putting up a front to somebody, to, maybe a following or a collective, and, it's making people happy, and it's, making you happy, and it's, it has its benefits, but there's some inauthentic energy that's happening that's either coming from you or maybe even a partner that you're sharing with your sacral chakra. And I'm hearing more so there's something just with like being with someone and you're trying to portray yourself as something. And some parts of this person that you are portraying is you, and you want to be a good person. And you want people to look up to you, and you have a lot to say. But there's also this thing here where because you're not being your true authentic self and not really creating in a way that you would normally do, it's keeping you back more than you realize. I don't want you to question yourself too hard, collective, but I do want you to kind of take a look at your last 7 years, I'm hearing, of your life, and like patterns that come into play, especially with your ideas. And I really want you to narrow down what really truly makes you happy, because yes, you could be doing something that works for you right now and aligns for you right now, but is it something that truly brings you happiness? Is this something that truly brings you happiness that you're doing? Is this person you're with truly bringing you happiness? Are the decisions you're making truly bringing you happiness? And I want you to align yourself to who you want to be and what makes you feel good, not what makes others feel good. Because you need to be true to yourself, authentic to yourself. Let's get your next card here. All right, your next card is Clematis. Intelligence and mental beauty. Wisdom is the abstract of the past, but beauty is the promise of the future. Yes. So, collective. With this card here, I'm hearing that you're very smart and you're very like mapped out with how you do things, and you're very particular, and that's why maybe the last card was, touching on the fact that, you do things that maybe don't align with you exactly, but they do help your life in some way. And I feel like you are very intelligent, but you really need to kind of strengthen that intelligence and kind of like transform it into mental beauty. And you are wonderful the way you are, okay, collective? You're great, you're intelligent, you're smart, you're beautiful. But I really want you to work through these. I really want you to see through these external validations that you seek and validate yourself and love yourself and learn things about yourself that are beneficial to your mental health. And working through subconscious things, the thing is, when you work through this shadow self, these concepts, there's something with getting into a higher frequency once you do work through these concepts. And there's something with aligning when you do work through these concepts. Like, you have not really seen your shadow self as much as others may have. And, there's this shadow self that's still lingering. And something needs to be released in order to project into this new frequency. And, the frequency you're in, it's working right now. Things are probably aligned. Things are working really good for you. But, when you're in a state of time where you can reflect and can work on your shadow self, I think it would be very beneficial for you, collective, to work on that shadow self and that energetic pull that has kind of been pulling you back. It's like you could excel very much further into the future if you did align with your authentic wantings and needings and beneficial things for yourself. You're doing well, collective, and you're doing great. Like, you've worked really hard to get where you are. But there is so much more for you waiting. There's just a lot of reflection that needs to be done in order to achieve these manifestations you're searching for. It's like, yes, you achieve some manifestations, but there's so much more coming for you, collective. You just need to align in one more way to project into that future. And letting go of what people think about you and how you come across and how perfect you have to be. Stop having a fear that you can't be yourself. Be you. And the right people will stick around, collective. All right, collective. So I'm going to get 2 more cards for you, and then that's all we have. All right, we have peace. Calm your thoughts and move your awareness to a peaceful space inside your heart. Feel the ebb and flow of love, the eternal movement of the stars. Your life is forever unfolding to greater spheres of love. Relax and do not worry about anything, for all is well. You will soon enter a time of well-earned peace and tranquility. All right, collective. So, yes, there's something here with aligning your thoughts, and I really want you to change your mindsets and comparison factors. And I think having this ebb and flow of love for yourself creates an ebb and flow of energy and love to others, and then others return the same energy to you. Everything is well, and it's a never-ending cycle. You're changing all the time. And yes, you've achieved your certain space you're in now, but there's so much more for you. And right now you're in a state of peace, I'm hearing. And, you know, maybe this reading is like making you a little bit like, like, what else do I need to work on? But it's not about working on it and being perfect, okay? Like I said before, it's about just being you and having that balance and that flow. And taking that time to learn your shadow self. It's all about ebb and flow, learning new things, understanding, talking to others about things, figuring things out through those conversations. There's a lot of change going on. And you're at this peace right now, but there's more pieces to find out. Let's get this other card here. And we have love. Negative thoughts and feelings are sabotaging your pursuit of happiness. We, your angels, are here to help you heal. Allow your healing light to flow through your heart. Consciously infuse each negative thought or feeling with love and light. Feel both your heart and mind aligning to your soul's sacred purpose and unleash your divine potential through the power of love. Yes, I love that confirmation, you guys. Oops. I love that confirmation. Confirmation, you guys. So yeah, exactly. These thoughts that are in your subconscious mind, you know, are sabotaging your happiness. And that's why I want to be honest in readings, because, you know, I don't want to hold back messages that Spirit is giving me, because this all aligns. This all aligns. Like, you taking the time to understand these negative thoughts and these comparison thoughts are going to help you in the long run. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's hard to hear, but you have a never-ending journey of learning. That's what life is. And you're never going to be perfect, but it's about the process and the journey, understanding yourself and, you know, seeing your shadow self and healing that. And it's always going to be there. Your shadow and your light self is always going to be there. But learning to understand that side of yourself and heal from that, and know that you're never going to be perfect. And it's not about being perfect. It's about being authentic. And your heart and your mind is going to align when you're authentic. Stop the comparison. Stop the bad thoughts. Stop saying anything about anyone else. Like, focus on yourself. And don't get dragged into it. If you're in friendships that like keep bringing up the past, or like keep bringing up other people's like sad things that are happening to them, it might be time to just focus on yourself, collective, and that is okay. All right, love and peace to you, collective. I will see you in the next week's reading. Thank you so much. Sending light and love your way. Have a good day. Bye.